I'm Zoe, and this is Divinity Within Thee, where we take time to get in touch with the divine. Okay, so um, first shout out. This is the 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 Fonky Chef, Fonki Chef. This is pretty dope, you guys. Mixing some. I've been listening to a lot of actual um, live records and or live instruments, live bands. I think it's so important as we're anchoring in this this new world, this organic timeline, right? To just have all these things that are organic. So amazing, right? Let's go. Woo! Eclipse energy. How are you guys doing? Eclipsing. Wow. So, can we just take a moment? Let's take some breaths. Let's take 3 deep breaths together. Maybe some in, out, and out. Maybe you can go 3, right? In, hold, out, pause, in. Generally, 3 deep breaths can help you. Try to count like a number, right? 3, 5, 6, whatever feels good, and you can progress from there, right? Soon, I was hoping to get this piece of furniture back to have the singing bowls already set up, but that's a great way to align. Ding, ding. Okay, guys, so this eclipse energy, so everything that's happening. First of all, can I just say feedback? Thanks for someone gave me a Cyndi Lauper compliment, and can I just say, hold on, where's my hair? Can I just say, this shit is for real, you know? Like, don't hate that, my hair got more volume even after being fried with bleach from Indonesia. Then your book. Just playing, come on. We got jokes, right? Be funny. Laughter, right? There's a couple of really high vibrational states of where we can get manifest and feel really good, right? State of laughter, of play, really, of just kind of play, right? Not making fun of people, but play, right? This state, and then also the state of orgasm, right, guys? The O state. So, and I don't mean oh ho. But these are great times to look at that 333 to manifest in and anchor in those good feelings, right? To really tune into those what you are feeling. Okay, so woo, let's talk about it. Okay, so you guys, the first eclipse happened. We were already in Virgo. We have 2 moons, right? That are happening with the 2 eclipse in Virgo, and this is a lot of energy. Virgo is really about getting things in order, right? Big deal. Getting things in order and being you know what? We're not fucking around anymore, right? This isn't even an option. And so while we're in this state or this space of release, right? We're in release, we're in surrender, we're saying, okay, whatever doesn't serve us anymore, we're letting go of, and we're saying, let's go. This or something better, right? I'm open to all of the abundance and everything that's coming my way. And this state or this state of mind, wow, sorry. I just see all of this coming. This state of mind of breaking free from the matrix, right? Is getting out of this state of I have to do, right? Or human beings, we have to be being a little bit, right? A little less doing, a little more being, unless you're like the bee and you're trying to do it. Anyways, guys, laugh, right? Be silly, make life fun. Um, so happy Thursday, Jupiter Day, the day of expansion, right? Of really like the getter, the note, the I feel good, like the yeah, why not, right? It's kind of like, I guess that's the best way I can describe like Jupiter energy is kind of like, yeah, why not? Give it a go, see what happens. Sometimes that's really good, and other times maybe it's not. Maybe we don't always get the results that we're going for, but it's okay. It's okay. So, dear universe, source creator, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, galactic federation, and aliens that are here, all of those archons that are here to help and guide us with the truest, most correct messages, clear, concise, with the highest timeline and vibrational frequency of love and light possible for us. Please bring about messages for the collective that need to be heard, um, of true and high vibrational frequencies, right? So there's been a lot of things that have been happening. I just want to give some love to people. I had a friend in the community that passed, and I want to just send love, you know. The really beautiful thing about this individual is they understood spirituality, right? So when I tuned in with this person, um, he was excited for the next phase. like which was a really beautiful energy, being out here in Bali and Indonesia. The way that they deal with death is more of a celebration, right? Out here we celebrate. So we celebrate the person's life and all of these things, right? And this is like this whole other way of experiencing and seeing life or death or whatever. But yeah, they have a big party and like all these people, and it's just really, it's a whole different scenario. And he's really, really excited for it, which is interesting. But, you know, to each his own, right? Figure out where your level up is and how you ride it, right? Oh, so first we had, she wanted to come out. Kalima, facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So now Kalima isn't just about ripping heads off, right? This isn't just about ripping heads off and being fucking crazy, you guys. Kalima is more about removing the illusionary, like the veil, right? So she's making things, she's kind of like almost like a Ganesha in a way, right? She's like the placer and remover of obstacles, right? So it's like sometimes as we're shedding back the layer of the matrix or of a system or of things that are toxic or that are no longer whatever to us, right? As we're doing that, it might be fierce and intense, right? Like look at what's going on in Gaza, right? So it may be really intense for the world to like face it, right? Face it full on. And I know even me at first, right? I was like, we can't be focused on all of the dark parts of it because we're perpetuating it. But there's a difference between not focusing. Say, I think a lot of people, there's a fine line where people are projecting positivity and then people are using positivity as spiritual bypassing, right? And they're two very different and distinctive things, okay? And so it's like the spiritual bypassing is being like, oh, love and light is going to save it, right? Where I'm like, there's a better way that we can project it, right? Like standing up together, taking moments when we have big audiences or things like this to say we need to come together to bring awareness, right? Sharing on our platforms, right? On different medias and stuff like this. These are the real ways that we can actually participate in things like this, right? And so Kali that's what Kali does, is facing the fear of what other people might think or might say, because maybe you're doing something that not everybody else is doing. And like, that's the point, right? Is you got to do something different to you want a different result or outcome. You got to do, it takes a different result or action to actually make that happen. And so that's exactly what's going on right now, right? That this is like precisely the energy of Kali. Yeah, and then we have Shiva. Transcendence, rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given, dance with the universe. And look at, he's got the snake there. We're shedding the skin. The third eye is opening, right? We're coming into an understanding. We're transcending these old systems, these old trains of thoughts. And, like quantum physics is stating, right, it just takes the awareness of something. So the intention and the awareness. So the more that we become aware, the more that it becomes aware. So what and how are we becoming aware, I guess is the best thing to say, right? How and what are we becoming aware of, and in what manner are we directing it? And that's a real thing. So awareness is that the people can unify together to come up to make a stand, right? If our awareness is all these babies and children, everything are dying, and there's murder and there's mass war, like, that's not what we want to project, right? We want to project world peace, right? Elbow, wrist, wipe a tear, blow a kiss, wish for world peace. But that's real. That's real. Okay. Mahavatar Babaji. Soul expansion. Okay? Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. So yeah, this is exactly what I was just saying, right? Is basically like, we have to understand that our thoughts, right, as the collective conscious, right? So I understand that a lot of what I channel, right? And so it's hard for a lot of people to understand. Yes, okay. Beautiful. Okay. So it's hard for a lot of people to understand, and the reason why is because as Krishna, devotion, right? Devotion is not something that most people understand. Trusting spiritual guidance, your commitment has been recognized, you are loved unconditionally. Now, a lot of people blindly do this with organized religion and faith, right? Faith is something that it is. Now, when we tune in and we're tapping into the spirit guides, the angels, the ancestors, right? The past deities, all of the enlightened beings, right? Not to one specific religion, definitely not to man, but to universe, source, creator, as you heard me. What we find is that there is always, like, let's say karma dharma, right? There's always rewards for the devotion that's given. And that is how our soul expands. When we're devoted to the expansion, right, to the growth and the expansion of the soul, then that's how it continues to expand. White eagle, ancestor spirit, connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. So a lot of what I pull that comes up, they want me to show this for longer. White eagle. So a lot of what I come up is channeled from the collective. Look at that, 1444. Is channeled from the collective conscious, which means that there's other people that are tapping into their soul's purpose, soul's mission, their healing ancestral family lineage, things like this. We could be healing childhood woundings. We could be healing all of these things, right? Yeah, and then we have Radha, soul flame. Rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. So, in order for us to be, now something that's really important, in order for us to be in any type of relationship, first the relationship with self has to be on point, right? And that's basically what Radha is saying, right? Find the flame, the passion, the fire within your soul, within your being. And when you find the harmony and the balance between that, then you have the ability to start bringing or attracting more things into you, right? Ascending, yeah. Move into your true self, rise above the darkness. The light is here. We'll take this one too. Okay. So, let's get some tarot. It really wants me to do Cosmic Tarot, so we're going to do Cosmic Tarot. This is an old one by Norbert. I guess this is Loshe. I don't know. Kind of galactic, right? Messages for the collective. So, yeah, so there's different parts of the collective basically when I'm channeling. So sometimes when you see there's extra love or there's extra fear, there's extra this or there's extra that. Oh, good night, son. Um, it's about, yeah, the unity, the Four of Wands. It's about the unity or the balance, right? The spiral and the spiral. Um, it's really about this. It's about finding this and about just transmitting the messages, right? Like, consider me like Hermes. Thrice, Megistus. 3 times. Great. The messenger. The one who can channel or bring the messages between the ethers and the physical. Something like that, yeah? Her, me's? Maybe her was me's. Geez, did you think? Like she, Ra? How about like God is great? God is good? What is the etymology? Where does the word come from? Do you follow me? All right. Messages for the collective. Let's go. Messages for the collective. Woo. Okay. Okay, guys. Let me get one more. Comes after the queen. Whoop whoop. Strength. Okay, you guys. Interesting. Okay, so first we have the Princess of Swords. Princess of Swords. Then we have the Ten of Swords. Then we have the Princess of Cups. The King of Wands. The Six of Swords. The Six of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords. And then we have Strength. Whoop. A lot of action coming here. A lot of action. Hold on, I gotta plug in this light. And today, this is my dope. This is my dope skirt. You guys saw yesterday. This is my dope skirt that I turned in. It's got the little trim. So it can be a dress, it can be a skirt. It's got a lot of different ways, guys. A lot of different ways. Okay. Woo. So hot. Hold on. It's a hard thing to decide sometimes because the air is really nice, but then the mosquitoes start to come in. So then you like got to do something, right? It's like a make a choice. This fan back here, I need some help, y'all. I need some help. I gotta get this fan, my only fan back here, up here. See? Something happened and it doesn't work anymore, and it's total game changer, but not in a good way. Whew. Just like this situation at hand. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Princess of Swords, Ten of Swords, Princess of Cups, King of Wands. So, you guys, what does this tell us? Okay, Princess of Swords. The swords is what? Words and actions, guys. So the Princess of Swords is not the prince, right? That's not the prince, but it's definitely someone that is maybe like cunningly taking action. So maybe this is someone that talks some shit. I would say with the Ten of Swords. Look at that, 22-22. So someone was trying to sabotage or stab somebody in the back. I would say using their words, maybe using spells, right? Using some type of spells. Listen to that music just kick up with it. I love it. They were pretending to offer love. They were pretending to offer emotional support. But look at this. Look at that scandalous ass. Okay, this is the King of Wands, so he looks kind of a little bit disgruntled. So wands, again, look at that throbbing wand there. Looks like it looks like it got some weird shit on it, not gonna lie. Y'all can see that? And like glue. Anyways, with this fucking tulip over here. Damn, thought he was the king, but it's like a desert. It's like a desert back there. Dried up. So what may have happened is it looks like there may have been. Okay, so for a lot of people, there. Okay, yeah, there was like third-party situation that happened. Now remember, the third-party situation doesn't always have to mean that it's another person, but generally speaking, it does. Okay. And there could be two other people, right? There could be a couple other people here that was being deceptive, right? Now, the thing is whether these people, so I feel right now, people are trying to actually badmouth people, right? And they're trying to be like, yeah, we're so good, we're this, we're that. Look at this person is so erratic and saying all these things, trying to get this person to freak out. But then when this person, right, actually opens their mouth to say something, or when people actually see, right, when the sun or the moon comes out to illuminate, right, the eclipse comes out and illuminates that shit, what happens? It's like light, like it starts breaking away. Like if you look, the light literally starts breaking away and coming through through the throat chakra, coming through the mouth, like strangulation of what the fuck did you say, bitch? Damn. And this dude's over here like, damn, I was just trying to get just the tip. Nah, it looks like the whole thing, Bo. Looks like a lot more than the tip. Just say it. And this one here is like, yep, I'm cunning and I knew and I manipulated that. And this one over here is like, bitch, nah. And I feel like for some of them, they're still trying, right? I feel like this one is still being deceptive about an emotional state, and this other one is just straight done. Like the decision's already been made because the sword is already standing up. So we have this. This is below, facing fear, transcendence, and soul expansion. So like I said, this can be different things, right? So again, there's not really gender in the tarot. So the way that you got to look at it is in this very interesting way, right? And the very interesting way that you got to look at it is like, okay, so there's two exterior energies to your own, right? I mean, nothing really exists outside of self, but you're allowing for these exterior energies or entities to be deceptive or misleading or, convincing you of things that you shouldn't be convinced of because you think you're acting on your passion. But really, is your passion in your pants or is your passion in your heart? And what does your heart tell you? So now we expand as we learn, right? Lessons become our blessings. So now we move on to the next phase: devotion, ancestral spirit, soul flame, ascension, right? So now we're here. Okay, cool. So what are we doing here? What is the next scenario that we're moving from since we've let go of all of this, right? We got the Six of Swords, right? Balance. Look at that. I got my health, my strength, my muscles, my words aligning with my actions. Look at that. Boom. Boom. I'm not just ready to make moves to the next, so if you guys know the Six of Swords, it's generally like I call it the ferryman, right? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't call it that, but whatever. It's generally the ferryman that's taking us in a boat to safer waters, to safer shores, right? To a safer environment, right? And instead of being like, hop in the boat, let's go, this fool's like, I already got that. Already, what you need? I could do that on my fucking toes. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Then we have the Six of Pentacles. Yes. Look at this. All of it is mine. I'm ready to give and receive what's mine. Yes. Yes. This dude's on it. This dude's on it. He's got it together. Yes. So it went from words and actions into the physical realm. Six of Pentacles is about that reciprocity, the finally getting, receiving everything that you've been giving all this time, right? You guys, I have to put this down. Oh, it's so hot. Okay. Then we have the Queen of Swords. Now she's made a decision. Also, look at that action and decision. What does she see? Peace. She's come to peace with. She sees these two in the background. Where is it? Can't see me. I'll show you right here. Okay, so she's like, yeah, okay, okay, you can do what you're gonna do over there, but I still see it. I got the sword. Look at those birds fly out. Shit. I got the sword. Like, you get what you give, right? So stand strong. Don't be a lion, but be strong, right? And this is also about strength, right? So as we see this maiden, right? She's got this snake on her head. Um, it's like a tiara, like a crown. So as we see her, right, what we understand is that she's learned how to calm the beast. And this is again like metaphorical, right? Like calm the beast within ourselves, right? And this is our lust, our addictions, things like this, right? Also the things that need to rule or control or be right, right? Kind of taking that away. And if you'll notice, it looks like she's holding it as almost it's a like a bowl, right? Okay, so more from this deck. Okay, so can you tell us about this Princess of Swords? We have the Nine of Wands. Look at this younger man with the lion. This was in reverse. So it's just like, yeah, basically what I get here is all the work that you thought you were going to do to get rewarded, right? Because you see the 5 with the lion, that's defensive. And you see the 4 here, you think that that's union and peace. This person promised you that something would happen. Maybe I get this feeling that they were working, yeah, that they were trying to do spell work or magic work, like something not nice. And they thought for sure they were probably, I feel, using some type of sex magic because I see the snake crawling up here. And they were hoping that that would work. Okay, they were literally like siphoning energy. Yeah, an energy and emotional state. Give me the Princess of Cups, please. Yeah, the 5 of Cups. Yeah, really, they were trying to put in this state, this depressive state, this state of loss, this state like um, to keep you in the state of worry, of loss, of you don't have this, you can't get it, there's never going to be enough, and we're still staring at all the things that we lost instead of, instead of moving forward and deciding what we can really gain, right? What we can manifest. Look at that, 3333. So interesting. Yeah, the 3 of Swords. Yeah, keeping them stuck in this heartache. Keeping them in this space of also like hating the rose, right? And the rose is the feminine, right? The Rosicrucian is hating that the knowledge or whatever can come from the feminine, right? From Sophia, from Mary, right? So tell me about this King of Wands with this raging stick. Wow. Okay, so this person from the past, that maybe they thought about, that they thought was going to be good, that the grass was going to be greener, right? The 6 of Cups. Tried to convince them to take action, that this action, this new beginning or this action was going to be the way, right? That it was going to lead them to these things. The only problem is these came out upside down, right? The 10 of Cups and the Sun. Now, the only issue here is if you notice this 10 of Cups, this woman is by herself. So it's not emotional contentment, right? This is a person by themselves, and this being upside down means it's not happy. So what they thought, he's over here. Maybe that's why it looks like this, because he's been whacking it for himself for a long time. Because he was fooled or convinced by these other manipulators over here. And then the sun came out in reverse, right? So what was promised, this action or whatever was promised, is not being given. And even the attention or the love or whatever that he wanted is also being ignored, right? It was all deception, right? That's what the Ten of Swords is about, right? It was all about these other entities stabbing him in the back. Now, again, they don't have to be females. It's just the energy. It's like this, like teenage girl energy. Yeah, Seven of Cups. Like, oh, you have so many options. This is the third time it's come up. You have so many options. Like, pray for more options. Bow down to your options. And then what they found is actually the options is like, I'm still thinking about this other thing. I should have just worshipped the real queen. I shouldn't have been over here, because this person actually has no love for me. They just wanted to prove that they could get it. Maybe I get a lot of narcissistic energy here. A lot of narcissistic energy. And so basically when their game was run back on them, they didn't like that as much. Go figure. That's what happens. So let's see. Ooh, ooh, come what may. So now this devotion, ancestor spirit, soul flame, and ascension, right? What we're moving on to, the Six of Swords, right? What for the ones of us that didn't fall in this path, that are on this other path. Six of Swords. Six of Swords. So the Hangman, another card for the Six of Swords, please. So it took us a long time, right? It took us a long time. I wouldn't say stagnance, right? Because this Hangman he's in peace, right? He's found peace. Like he's not hung there by any captive means, right? So this is more, he's found balance, right? He's doing a toe hang. Yeah, go Ariel. He's doing a toe hang, right? So he's not trapped there. So with Six of Swords and this Hangman, you can see that this person has finally found this balance, right? Devotion, devotion to self. Now, when I asked what is this, is he hung up on something? What is this? And it's like it took us a while to get to this space, this center space of self. We have the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Cups. So yeah, it's been a battle. It was a long battle. We've been having this spiritual warfare, right? Ten of Wands, and then the Eight of Cups. It's really about, okay, we had to stay in our sadness. We had to sit in our state of depression, right? We had to sit in our state of depression. We had to sit in our sadness. We had to sit there and say, okay, I'm going to go where you can see it. Go there. Okay, move closer, okay. So we sat in this state of sadness over all the cups that have already been spilled or lost, and whatever we've missed out on. And so that's just basically like, we had to cry about it. We had to feel it. We had to experience this, feel defeated. We had to be like, I lost all of my passion. I lost everything, to really be able to gain the passion, right? To be able to give and receive. Let me get one more card on this. Yeah, Nine of Swords. Yeah, we had to get out of this state, right? We had to be in this state of stillness, of meditation, in order to get out of the state, the Nine of Swords, of the mind, right? Of the mind playing games, right? attacking us, right? Attacking our snake, the ability for us to shed the skin and become the next best version of ourselves, right? We're staying stuck in these old habits saying, oh, but all of this stuff is so hard. Life is so hard. Everything, I'm a part of the system. I'm stuck in it. I'm tormenting myself. And but what about all these things and all these people? I need to save all these people and these things and all the like, over emotional about things that we have no control over, right? The only thing we have control over is the actions and the thoughts that we put out. And if we're constantly worried about everything that we might lose or might be missing, then we're never going to be gaining anything else. That's logic. Six of Pentacles. The Six of Wands. What? So we have the Six of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. Now, 666 is not actually bad, you guys. Look at that. Boom. Victory. Let's go. Look at the Lion King back there. Completely posed, like poised. Sorry, not posed. So we have victory. So we have reciprocity, victory, Prince of Swords. So now this guy is actually like, yes, look at, he's got the lilies and the sword up. He's like, action oriented. Let's go. See where the princess looked like a little bit more or whatever. Let me get another card on this. Or is that not supposed to be here? It's supposed to be here? No, it's supposed to be here. I'm sorry, with the Queen of Swords. Okay, that makes more sense. Oh. Oh, goodness. Maybe the queen got caught with the prince? Or caught him with somebody else? In action? Maybe that's why the princess is mad. Never know, guys. Okay, so what do we got here? Eight of Pentacles. So, mental torture or construct. So, yeah, so, I'm sorry, Eight of Pentacles? Eight of Swords. So, yeah, they're stuck there. So, this prince and this queen, right? This is air sign energy, right? So Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, right? Strong energy. So, so a motherly figure. Yeah, I sense this really strong maternal figure. Okay, so a maternal figure that maybe was jealous of love or peace happening here is pretending that they didn't take action or do something, but didn't like the action and how much love and action that he was taking for this other one. So she stirred the shit with the other one. What? And so now they're both stuck and maybe stuck with the other one. Now he's stuck with the other one that he thought the grass is gonna be greener. He's stuck with the other one in this mental prison, in this mental anguish, right? And then for the strength, we have the Two of Pentacles. So it's about finding this balance. Finding the balance, the strength. The Four of Wands. Yes, look, the Four of Wands is like the six over there. Let me show you. Four of Wands was the first card that came out also. How about that? At 414. So, it's about, again, this is union, balance, right? This is things finally coming together, finding the balance, finally coming together. Now let me see what's going on with this action and mental anguish here. What's going on with these swords, please? Because they seem a little out of the story here. The Emperor. Woo. So, I think that this. Can you give me another card, please? Ooh. So they have tried to do something, right? This queen and this prince, they may have been up to something, and they may have been trying to do some of this. It seems like some of this spell work on somebody else. And so what happened is they were trying to keep people stuck in this mental distress. But the emperor is like, no, dude, I see all of this. I create the structure. I create the foundation. We're starting all over, right? This is not how things are going down. We have the Five of Swords in reverse. So it's saying, you are actually pinned down. Actually, y'all lost. Losers. You're going away from that again, dry in the desert. I'm going to create this new structure, and what you guys thought you were up to, what you thought you were moving in on, I think you're not. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. So this could have something to do a lot with, this is literally action and money, like material possessions. So what I get a lot of energy for here is that, yeah, and then we have the King of Pentacles. So there could have been like some, I feel like beneficiaries, right? There was money, there was property, there was business, something like this that was meant to be offered, that was initially like a love offering or something like this, that had been taken, right? Or been connived, had been stolen. They're telling me stolen. And where this emperor wanted to offer this Ten of Pentacles and this Ace of Cups, yeah, there was this conniving. Look at that. Conniving. Conniving little prince that was probably this one in the back. Right? And so then what happens, right? Because this is the only thing that doesn't make sense. So then what happens? Hold on, we're not even shuffling with all of them. So then what happened to the emperor with all this? Somebody took something, so that's what happened. They were doing spell work. They were harvesting energy. They were taking things. Not just someone's life and someone's energy. Yeah. Five of Pentacles. They were trying to leave them out in cold. They did this. They did this. They're saying that they did this. They abandoned them. They put them out in the cold. Yeah, wow. Again, look at it back at the bottom. Fuck, and they're all emotional now because they got found out, right? With the scorpion there, boom, the sting. Damn, and then what? The Princess of Pentacles. Someone else came in and potentially caused some other shit by offering some money. Something physical, could have been money, buddy. Okay, guys, hold on. Yeah, this caused discontentment. This caused a fight. Woo, Three of Cups. Third party situation. You guys. And so I think what happened is the emperor caught all of this and said, this isn't happening anymore. Look at you guys, judgment. Oh shit, caught them all red-handed. Like Shaggy vibes. It wasn't me. It's like, caught you red-handed. What? And the High Priestess. Bitch, you got the Emperor and the High Priest. She does not look impressed. She's like, see the yin and the yang? Do you see the tides beginning to move from inside? I feel and see everything. Look at that, the Alpha and the Omega. Wow, you guys. So yeah, the mental anguish and all of this is going back and forth. All this is going back and forth because there's a decision that has to be made. And the thing is all the people that thought they could get away with some of this stuff actually are not. And this is basically what the ancestor spirits, the divines, the angels, the universe is protecting at this time, right? That's literally what they're protecting at this time. Is they're just saying, our intentions, right? Our intentions towards each other, towards the collective, towards what we're doing, right? If we're out there and our intention is to take something out of ill will from somebody else, yeah, secret, sneaky things, right? The moon is, look at this, the fish, the Pisces moon, solar eclipse we have is this the lobster. Bum, 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 bum. Um, the lobster trap, yeah, the Hierophant. People are knowing, the all-seeing eye, right? We can see this, right? And that's what's happened is the illumination with the moon. All the secrets, the deceptions, the lies, everything that's hidden is coming to the tide. The High Priestess and the Empress, damn, and the Wheel of Fortune. You guys. So, but this was actually upside down. So for the people that have bad intentions, the wheel of fate is tipping in the opposite direction and not the direction that you want. For the people that are ascending, that are working with devotion and the ancestor spirits and being on a clean, clear path and helping the collective to rise and be positive and move forward and not self-serving, well, the wheel is tipping in your favor. Okay, you guys, this has been long. This is a lot of energy coming through. Yeah, for the ones that are not the tower. You guys, look at that. Seeing eye, taking them down. Doesn't matter what you thought your position was. What is your position? Who are you? Who are you working with? Who are you working for? Whose team did you decide to be on? Because you have two ways. Okay. You guys, that's really intense, and there's a lot of intensity that's coming through the collective. And I just want to say, keep your vibration very high. Also, make sure that the people that you keep around you, the people, the place, the situation, the music, everything which you keep around you, make sure that it is high vibrational, right? Make sure that the conversation, that the music, that the news, that everything is to this par of an energetic frequency, a vibrational frequency that you align with or that you would like to align with, right? They say if you want to become, a millionaire, famous, or whatever, like whatever you want to do, you should be hanging out with people that are successful at doing the thing that you want to do, right? So you can't be doing the same thing with the same old people expecting a different result, right? You have to figure out kind of how and where people are in alignment with you, right? People that can understand the right concepts, the right mindset, right? Because when we take away things like physical, right? When we take away physical, when we take away like where you're from, right? When we take away religion, race, when we take away belongings, right? And like, let's say like addiction or lust, right? We take away these very base reptilian things. What do you have left, right? What the people that you hang out with, like, what do you do, right? If you can't participate in doing these hedonistic things, what do you do? Can you talk about, do you just talk about people and ideas forever, or are you actually have intentions and goals to move them forward? Or are you consistently saying yes later? Yeah, we'll worry about it later. And now there's a certain amount of validity that goes from moving slow and taking time and things like this. But there's also a lot that isn't coming from that, So we have to be in this very loving for the collective state of mind, but this absolute state of discernment, right? Know the difference. Know the difference between people that are attempting to distract you or drag you down from your soul's purpose or mission, and know that the people that are, right? And the people that are the people that are going to always see you and hear you and listen. Maybe if they don't understand or get it, they might ask you, right? I don't get that, but I'm here to understand, or I'm here to hear it, I'm here for it. And that's the difference when people start doubting you or second guessing you or whatever, that, that's manipulation from the exterior system telling you you're not good enough, second guess yourself. You can't do this. La 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 la. Like, no, sorry, not your team. And some of us need new friends. Some of us no new friends, right? Like, it can go either way, you guys. But anyways, I really appreciate all your love and support, you guys. I will have soon, soon I will have, keep it for real. Soon I will have a new, I realized that my old GoFundMe, my old funding platforms and whatever, I haven't been able to figure out how to get onto my other PayPal. I haven't been able to get a hold of anybody. So I'm going to start a new funding campaign to do some really cool projects and to also be getting people on. Let's do a nice little variety show. Yeah, look at that 555. Let's ready for a change. I would like to start bringing some people on and like talk, do live, like pull some cards and talk about some relevant, up to date, current things, right? And how we can kind of like talk about that more. I wish I had more capacity to see. I can't actually see the chats. Sometimes I can see them and sometimes I cannot see them. And I'm not sure how to fix that, you guys. I need somebody that's more technically savvy, that has more technology that can help us do this. You know, this as a microphone is not good. So, anyways, I'm gonna um, put another link or funding something so you guys can start sending me some fetty, so we can do this a little bit better and actually be able to speak and communicate with each other. As always, take your time to get in touch with the divine. I am Zoe, infinite blessings, love, and light. Ciao for meow. Remember, if you want a personal or private reading, I'm not sure that I'm going to be doing much during all this energy, but if you needed an emergency reading, I definitely am available. You have to message me either on here, start with a message here, and then go to email. I'm not a very digital person. I am more obviously hands on and heads up. So, as always, infinite blessings, love, and light. Ciao for now, you guys. See you next time.